It is a highly important time for the nation, a period we make our decisions and prepare to accept the consequences or blessings that come with it. It is a period when the fate of the nation is decided by casting of votes, when we elect ourselves a new president and leader. A new chapter, supposedly. One more chance, maybe. In a few months' time, there will be a presidential election, but now there is only a campaign. And in all of this, you could almost always hear one particular name.
Peter Obi.
Peter Obi.
Peter Obi.
It's Peter Obi.
It's Peter Obi.
Peter Obi.
Peter Obi.
Peter Obi has been described as a competent, versatile.
The impact of the obedient movement.
That Obi has structure.
The man from Anambra who has extraordinarily incited the response of hope from youths and the elderly alike. The man who somehow was able to flare up admiration, hope, passion, trust and loyalty from many Nigerians. It is strange because it has been forever since people believed so much. There has never been a time when the youths were so interested in voting as these times. There has never been a time when so many Nigerians willfully and voluntarily gave their time, their money and their resources to support the cause of a party. There has never been a time when a seemingly structureless party posed so much threat to the rooted and winning parties. The entire media is just all about this man. A lot is just happening, and it is crazy how much Obi and the Labour Party collectively have been able to pull such a crowd of fighters, people who believe in a Nigeria that works and are ready to fight for it. It is amazing, quite frankly. But here is the big question. How? How did Peter Obi manage to have many hooked to his vision? What is it about this man that people love? What is it about the obedient movement that gives us the same feeling we got from the NSAS movement, the feeling of power that rightfully belongs to the people? If you are baffled as well, you are about to be cleared. This is why people love Peter Obi. When citizens try to decide on who to vote as president, subconsciously there are three things we factor in mind: the individual's history, the individual's ideologies, and the individual's ability. On the part of the individual's history, we are quick to look at how the individual has led in the past, what has been achieved by the individual while in office, what are the records like. We look at controversies and allegations, most especially issues of corruption that surrounds this individual. On the part of the individual's ideologies, we are quick to judge the individual's mindset, his vision and plan for the nation, his strategies and priorities, his approach to problem solving. It is in this phase we ask questions like, how do you intend to solve the issue of security in the north? What is your take on fuel subsidy? What is your plan towards the agricultural section of the nation? Then on the individual's ability, we weigh the individual's agility. As the president of the nation, you will need to be strong mentally, politically and physically. You are going to be contending with leaders from all over the world. You must be sound, healthy, and intelligent. These three things serve as the lens through which we look at our leaders. And if you can satisfy this, there is almost no reason not to vote for you, aside personal sentiment and bias. However, a problem we found is that none of our previous leaders have been able to satisfy this criteria fully, so many times we would just vote based on bias to ethnicity and religion. Apparently, since like forever, Nigerians have been biased to ethnicity and religion when it comes to political and leadership affairs. In the past, we have always wanted more for our own religion, our own tribe. This plays out as me opting for an Igbo man to lead just because he's Igbo, like me, not because I actually vet him as competent enough. This plays out as me not giving the right punishment to a terrorist just because we both believe in one God and religion. Ethnic bias is partly the cause of the civil war, if not the major cause, and is largely the cause of the ugly predicament Nigerians have found themselves in presently. It has been the major problem we have in the country, and we are finally beginning to realize this. Alright, we get this part of the story now. Back to Peter Obi. Let's explain why he achieved the success he has so far in an extraordinary manner. To do that, we weigh Peter Obi using the scale we previously established. I want to show you something. Peter Obi's history has been nothing short of excellence. After failing as a businessman and holding several high-ranking executive positions at different banks, he assumed office on March 2026 as the governor of Anambra State and served for 2 tenures, after which he left office at 2014. So what did he achieve while at office? What are the records? At a time when many governors were leaving huge debts, Obi left the equivalent of $500 million in investments, as well as local and foreign currency, including $156 million in dollar-denominated bonds. He was recognized as best governor by the Millennium Development Goals Office. The National Debt Management Office rated Anambra as the least indebted state in Nigeria. The state under him did not borrow or raise bonds for our various projects. After Obi's involvement and investment into the educational sector of the state moved from 24th position out of the 36 states to number 1 in the National Examination Council and West Africa Examination Council examinations for 3 consecutive years. This made the World Bank to commission a study to understand Obi's phenomenal achievement. The state of the Federal Republic of Nigeria rated Anambra State as the most financially stable state in the country. The state was the first to procure and distribute more than 30,000 computers to secondary school, including 22,500 from HP. The managing director for the personal system groups of HP, Mr. Fabrice Campoy, described the development as the biggest of such projects in the Middle East and Africa. His government won the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as the best performing states in humanization in the Southeast. With complementary funding, they used the money to build 10 maternal and child care centers across the state, particularly in rural communities in partnership with churches. It is a very long list of achievements, frankly speaking. I'd literally have to leave a link in my description because I can't cover it all in this video. Spanning his time in and after office, he received a lot of awards and honors for good governorship. He received lots of praise and recognition from many directions, all too many to mention in this video. He broke a lot of records and did many things undone by a governor even to this moment. Summarily, his service as a governor was beautiful and effective. Over to controversies. While as a governor, he had no hand in corruption and illegal dealings. However, before he was a governor, this seemed not to be the case. The result of the Pandora paper leaks reported on Obi's involvement in offshore companies, showing that he had broken several laws due to his business dealings. Basically, Obi was involved in business practices which were not consistent with the law. The notable instance was setting up offshore companies in tax havens when he was a businessman. Obi responded by claiming that he did not break any law and the information was misleading. He was investigated duly by the EFCC and nothing evidential was found. Oh, in case you don't know what offshore tax haven is all about, tax havens are countries where there are no taxes or only nominal taxes, allowing non-residents to effectively escape high taxes. So basically, you set up a company or a section of your company in a country that doesn't demand taxes like your own country. That way you can run business without paying taxes and with little liabilities. Around the world, a lot of companies do this to minimize costs and maximize profits. Companies like Google, Apple, Nike, Pfizer, and many more. However, it is illegal and so punishable. Just to put things straight, the allegation was that Obi set up companies in tax havens when he was a businessman, though unproven.
Peter Obi has exonerated himself from any wrongdoing in the Panama Papers report. He cleared the air.
However, Obi resigned from all the companies before taking the office of governor of Anambra State, and no criminal case has ever been filed against Obi. With the information we have so far, we can factually say that he has a clean history. This is unlike his counterparts who have been implicated in a lot of controversies, scandals, and corruption with surmounting evidence. About Obi's ideologies. Because he has exposed himself to countless interviews, unlike his counterparts, we have been able to understand how he thinks and what his ideology for leadership is all about. He has been able to demonstratively explain his practical strategy to change Nigeria for good. We know his policies and priorities. We agree with them. Well, most of us. This fosters trust because people can actually see and understand what you intend on doing. This gives them a reason to vote you. Peter Obi has not been vague or ambiguous as to how he will make Nigeria better because he actually knows how to.
You need to overhaul the entire security architecture, having multi-level policing, federal, state, community. The third reason why I was impeached is that I was saving money. I said, listen, this is the only country in the world that has a diminishing assets called oil and they are not saving money. Every other country has it as a law.
He has literally conquered the social media, gaining top popularity, topping Google searches for months.
It is a critical thing we must save.
Ability-wise, he is healthy, sound, decisive, and agile. So far, he has given the Nigerian citizens every reason to be chosen by satisfying every criteria needed. When you see someone who was in office without stealing but instead left more in office than what was there before he came. When you see someone who has a clean record of competence. When you see someone who is actually competent in finance and national economy both theoretically and experientially. And when this person is the only one out there that satisfies every criteria you may propose, it is so hard not to vote. Nigerians have been frustrated for a long while with bad governance and leadership, but since the advent of the NSAS movement, it's created a spark in us and we suddenly realized that we can come together in unity to effect a change. It occurred to us that we the people can cause things to happen. We have a voice and we can decide our fate for ourselves. It gave us hope and fortitude. Now we are seeing another opportunity to raise a voice. We believe we can end bad governance and build a country that works for everyone. We have this faith, and even if the one possibility is shrouded in a certain man called Peter Obi, we unapologetically commit to it. Without bias, with just sound reasoning and pure motives alone, this is how Nigerians should vote.
Peter Obi has been described as a competent, versatile, and a detribalized Nigerian that has the capacity, capability, and acceptability to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari. These compliments came from a group of lay.
If you gained anything from this video, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to my channel because in this channel I make documentaries on power, money, and influence, and I really wish more people watch these videos. You make that possible when you subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my other videos. See you soon, my friend.